All right, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So we're going to dive into Akane-Banashi in just a second here. I just finished recording the Kokuraka Guy video as well, so both of those should be up on the channel tonight. I was initially planning to have read-throughs back by this weekend, but unfortunately I do need a bit of a break before I dive back into it. So I think I'm going to push it until the end of this month just so I have a little bit of time to rest and recuperate and also catch up with the series that I'm still behind on. So apologize for that, but thank you for understanding. But without further ado, let us dive into it with Akane-Banashi's Chapter 60, or Story 60, I guess. Only one side. And you see it Nogi Kuniya books. You have Hikaru's doing a little autograph handshake session. And you see this woman going, I'm like such a big fan. I'm rooting for you. She's like, wow, thank you so much. She's like, see you again. She's like, okay. And she's like blushing, walking away. She's like, she's a goddess, even when it comes to meeting her fans. And she's like, let's see, next is, and you have, how about that? Oh, sorry, I have to do the story credits. So, Story 60, only one side. Story by Yuki Suonaga, art by Takamasa Moe. Drakugo supervision by Keiki Haishiya. Translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Sneer Aron. And we see a little fox face, what is his name? Karashi. Also coming to her signing. Going 3,000 yen to buy a book and a handshake? Pays to be a star, I guess. I'm as jealous as it gets. And I see her manager behind her is like, it's you from the Karaku Cup? And Hikaru just like waves him off. He's like, you seem much more relaxed today. But if you want, you can squeal like you did last time. He's getting all annoyed. She's like, no wonder your face is red. It's embarrassing, isn't it? There's nothing worse than remembering your past self. He's like, shut up! That's just what college students are like. And she's like, and that's why you became a Rakugoka, right? And he's like, I'm honored. The great Hikaru Kuragi actually remembers me. He's like, I'm surprised that you didn't join the Arakawa school too. He's like, are you crazy? Being in the same school basically means you're on the same side, right? I'd rather have her as my opponent. The same goes for you, voice actor. He's like, I refuse to accept that we're tied. She's like, you really don't like losing, do you? It's like, you're one to talk. But hey, I'll admit that it was a stupid life decision. You see him apparently having just like balled up and scrapped a bunch of job applications. And one's even a rescindment of job application. Obviously, he's lost apparently a lot of job offers. And he goes, so it's a relief to see someone else just as stupid. It's like, so long. And she's like, Nissan. It's like, huh? It's like, I started studying under my master last summer. So I'm your senpai. You will address me formally next time, Karashi. He's like, ha! And he says, if you can beat her, I'll think about it. And you see back at the bar, Akane is back to her bartending duties with another order from table 4. They're allergic, so they wanted the sashimi arrangement with a substitute for the shrimp. You have an okay. It's like, here's the check for C3 at the counter. I've already given them their final cup of tea. And you see 2 salarymen walking in with a table for 2. It's like, it's so hot. So she's looks like she's trying to get like a feeling for, I guess, what drunk people are like what their mannerisms and speech and stuff are like. And you see how she's got like these 3 frosty mugs of beer. She's like, sure, I'll get you seated right away. It's like she's like an entirely different person from when she worked here last year. It's like, right? That Zenza training must have put her through the ringer. She said she just wanted 2 or 3 days of shifts, but couldn't she just work here forever instead? It's like, I know what you mean. I'm not going to complain because it helps us. But why did she ask to come back? And you see Akane just sharp-eyed watching these 2 guys nearby that are apparently getting very drunk because like noses are all red. And she's like, in order to perform Changing Time, I need to play a drunk. But I can't actually drink alcohol. And her mother's just got 2 beers ready to go. It's like, who cares? Come on, share some beers with me. When I was in high school, and Akane's like, I'm a minor! Oh, God, I love her mom so much. It's like, the truth is, and that's, God, what the hell was it? Older bro. Mikaru is telling her, the truth is, sometimes it's the Rakugoka who don't drink who are the best at portraying drunks. The reason is simple. Because they can't handle their booze, they've got the presence of mind to watch those who get drunk. I was right. She's like watching like their mannerisms and like everything else. It's like I learn the mannerisms that make you convincing. Oh, Akane, can you go and buy some green tea? It's like, sure thing. And she's just like running off with I think I can manage acting drunk. The real problem is how to emulate the married couple. Mikaru Anisan asked me, what kind of Rakugoka are you, Akenaru? We started training right after that, so the question got dropped. But the truth is, I don't know the answer. What kind of Rakugoka am I? Maybe the key to figuring that out lies in my origins in Rakugo. It's not just about deepening my own art, it's about learning who I am through Dad's art. What did I say in the last video? So, but what do I do to figure that out? As she's running down the street, she runs into Karashi with an "oh!" He's like, ugh. It's like, it's Karashi! What you doing, eh? He's like, it had to be you. And he just has to hide the book behind his back. He's like, huh? Wait, what was that? What'd you hide behind your back? And she's like trying to dodge around. He's like, shut up, go away, leave me alone. It's like, hang on, Hikaru? It's like, oh my gosh, are you? He's like, hell no. It's like, they shoved it into my hands, I didn't want it. And you see, it's like, you already paid for it, sir. And he's like, huh? It's like 20 minutes ago. It's like, oh yeah, sure, I bet. It's like, don't say it like that. It's like, anyway, whatever, can I look at this, please? It's like, whatever. It's like, keep it, look at all you want. It's like, whoa. It's like, I usually think of Hikaru as being a kimono girl, but she has all these other sides to her, and you see her just like modeling all these different outfits, like this schoolgirl like blazer with like these glasses. And Akane's like, oh, of course. He's like, huh? It's like, the dad I know is only one side of him too. And she's like, what kind of relationship did Mikaru Onisan have with him? It's like, learning more about Dad might be the key to mastering his art. Oh, man. All right. So, quick thoughts on the chapter. Again, I like that we're seeing that Hikaru's kind of got like her little side hustle going to kind of still keep, I guess, her public image and like public image and stuff in the spotlight, and to kind of like bolster her Rakugo career. So I really like just a little touch of noting that as well. And also like that we're seeing like the other characters apart from just Akane also like kind of interacting with each other and developing their own rivalries. So I did like her and Karashi having a little snarking contest with each other. So I really like that. That was interesting. So it looks like Harashi's apparently struggled to find jobs. Looks like he's been like trying to put a bunch of job applications, like nothing stuck. So it looks like, I don't want to say Rakugo was like his last ditch effort, but it looks like, he's kind of got nothing but Rakugo to rely on. So it'd be interesting to see like how much of a driver that is for him with like regards to his performance and like how he wants to beat Akane and kind of make his mark. So it'll be interesting to see like more of him in the spotlight as well. I like that Akane kind of is like, with Akane talking about like going back to her roots, she does just that by going back to work at Bar Umi, which again makes a lot of sense with what I was saying last chapter. Kind of ties into what I was saying last chapter, like, she's kind of like getting back to the basics, learning her stuff again. So it's good to see that, instead of being like, how do I act like a drunk, she's going to be like, study the mannerisms and everything else to kind of emulate it. So again, it's something that makes just a lot of sense. Like, of course, she'd go back to there to kind of like sharpen all of her skills again and kind of like pick up some more stuff that she can use as well. So like those little touches. But yeah, apart from that, not much more to say, because again, I was talking about this last chapter a lot where I said, like, Akane, I feel like the pinnacle of Akane's performance, and this is going to be differentiating her father's performance from hers while also paying like homage to it as well. So it makes sense that, I don't think I've really touched on this part. It makes sense that she's like, I only knew like one aspect of my father. I only saw him a certain way. So I need to kind of find out like what kind of man he was when he wasn't around me, when he was with other people, like what his attitudes and stuff kind of were. I'm surprised that she hasn't yet considered or thought of the fact she should ask her own mother about, like, you know, her father and like the romance between them, like why she married him and everything and stuff like that. I don't know if that's just because she hasn't thought of it yet, or if it's just a thing where she's like, you know, I've lived with them for so long, I already know like what the relationship between them and stuff was like, so I don't really need to focus on that as much. But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing like what other training, like analysis stuff she's gonna do and like how is this gonna play out. But yeah, apart from that, really, really solid chapter. Looking forward to where it's going to be going next and who she's going to go to learn more about her father. But yeah, really, really solid chapter. Looking forward to the next one. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it really does help me out a lot. Like I mentioned, Goku Rakuga should also be out on the channel sometime tonight. Until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.